welcome to the channel, Lake District and the Northern Fells. We parked just down there, there's a free parking area just before you get to the main car park at Dodd Wood, and we're just doing Dodd today. We've set off really late, I can't remember, but last time we had an afternoon walk, but it's 1 o'clock now, so yeah, the forecast for this morning was on the grim side, and it's not a long walk. I think even with my messing about filming, it's only going to be about 3.5 miles. So we're not going up the tourist route, we're going up like the northwest ridge. We've been up that way before, and from what I recall, I think the path was a bit tricky to find, but there is a path going up that way, and then we're coming down through the trees like the southwest. So while we make our way upwards, we'll have a look at the route. Up here, Charlie. So that path that was coming in there, that was signpost to the this way, Charlie, Osprey viewing site, that's going to be our return route. So for now we're just going to make our way up this well-made path before we turn almost double back on ourselves right onto a forest track, I think, and then veer off left somewhere off that to pick our route up. On we go. Charlie, this way. This way, Charlie. So we've left the main track onto this somewhat less defined and rather squelchier track going up here. No, and people that have followed us this way, I think they've just followed us. I don't think they know where they're going, because if they're wanting to get to the top of Dodd an easy way, they don't want to be coming this way. So yeah, I think they've just followed us. Right, so we'll keep an eye out for this vague path going off somewhere to the left. This way, Charlie. So that track got more and more overgrown, and then it's come to an end in this clearing. So now we're going to head on off up there. It's quite a distinct path there, but from what I recall, I think in places it gets a bit vaguish. So yeah, we'll head on up there. So we've left the trees, and it's got a bit steep and a bit vague. I knew it did. I knew it got vague, sort of top bit, but hey, we've got great views. Looking back there over Bassenthwaite Lake. I'm glad we set off late. When we rolled up down at sort of parking area and it were raining, so we drove into Keswick. I had to get some fuel, drove into Keswick, came back, and we waited for somebody to pull out of that parking area, and we got parked and we had lunch while we were waiting, and as the forecast predicted, it got it right for a change. It's cleared up, it's nice now, so we should be able to get some nice views from top. Charlie's board is off. Right, up we go. So here we are, just about on the top of Dodd. Summit's just up there. I'll give you a look round from here, looking over Bassenthwaite Lake over there. You might not be able to make out, but you can see right over to Criffel in Dumfries and Galloway. And if we come round this way to Barf, and then Lord's Seat, Broomfell, And if we come further round, almost into the sun over here, there's Grisedale Pike, and beyond Grisedale Pike to Grasmoor. And if we come down from other side of Grisedale Pike is Crag Hill, Sale, the two northwestern fells that Charlie's still got to do for his second time round of Crag Hill and Causey Pike. And in front of them is Barrow and Outer Side. And if we go right round this way before we get to Derwent Water, you're looking over Cat Bells to Maiden Moor and High Spy, and then to the right of them is Dalehead, Hindscarth, Robinson, and other side of Maiden Moor is the Buttermere Fells. And then over Derwent Water to where we were last video on High Seat and what's the other one? Bleabury Fell. And then I don't think we'll go around any further, but right over there there's Clough Head over the Dodds and up to Helvellyn. So we're just going to go over at Summit and then back down through the trees back that way. And we're going to stop for afternoon coffee and a chew somewhere down there. I think maybe it's near where Osprey Viewing Site is. Right, so we'll get ourselves over at Summit and we'll see you on our way down. So the hills that were behind us from up at the top that I didn't show you, there's a long side you can just see there above the trees, and Carl side, and then that over there. As you all know, there's Lower Man and Little Man. One's Skidder and other's Helvellyn. Oh, it's gone behind the tree now. And that's that anyway. You can't actually see Skidder Summit. It's behind Carl's side from here. Right, down we go. So we found this bench, so we're going to stop here for our coffee and a chew with this view. Great, isn't it? And that family that were summit hogging back there, they've gone the same way as us, and there was a group in front of them as well, so I thought we might as well just perch ourselves here and let them get away from us. So yeah, we're having coffee and a chew. Now if you'd like to support the channel, there's that QR code there. You can scan that and that'll take you to buy me a coffee. You can buy us coffee and a chew if you'd like to for a future episode. Help us out bringing you these videos, that'd be much appreciated. Or if you can't scan that, there'll be a link in the description down there. You can click on that and that'll take you to the same place. So yeah, if you'd like to buy us coffee and a chew for a future episode, that'd be much appreciated, thank you. And thank you to all the people that have done so far, and the ones that have bought us multiples, that's really generous, thank you very much, it does help. So right, I'm going to finish my coffee. As you can probably see, Charlie's wandered off, finished his chew, and admire these views, and then we'll head on off back that way. Come on, down we go. Well, this is very pleasant, ambling down through the trees, nice and quiet now. I think everybody else must be on the way home for tea. It's coming up to 3:30, and I can't remember last time we did an afternoon walk like this. If I don't get out early in the morning, first thing, then I lose interest. And I've not got that much interest in getting out of bed first thing in the morning at the moment either. And especially with me having, well, I'm just in the final phases of man flu at the moment that I've had ever since we came back from our trip to Borrowdale. Oh, right, now then. And we seem to, I think, down there through them trees, pick up a lower path. Right, down there. So this is the Osprey viewing site. I think the actual viewing site's down there. I think they put some tripods up in there. There's solar panels on top there, and there's a TV in there, so whether they have a camera on nest or not, I don't know. I remember years and years ago, I used to do a lot of volunteering for RSPB at Haweswater, and me and Warden, we had a ride up here one day. I think it was not long after ospreys started breeding here. The nest somewhere, when they first started, it was in trees somewhere right over, I don't know if you can see for the sun, it was in trees right over towards Barf somewhere, I think, and it was a bit of a dodgy view from here. But whether they've started, I know there is a platform built down there, because I've actually seen osprey on there. If I can find a photo, it's not a very good photo, but me and Charlie, we just parked at Powter How and walked down to banks of Bassenthwaite, and I brought my telescope with me, so we had a look, and if I've got a decent picture, I'll have shown you by now. But there used to be a hide down at bottom of Bassenthwaite there, and oh, sorry about the sun. There used to be a hide down there, and say last time me and Charlie came, we had a wander down, but it seems to have gone. It's all like overgrown, path that used to go down to it, and hide's gone. So, yeah, but look at that view behind us, that's amazing, isn't it? Looking over Derwent Water to Bleabury Fell, where we were in the snow last time out. I don't know what there's a pointy one right on skyline there. What will that be? I don't know what that is. It's rather distinctive, isn't it? Yeah, stunning. Right, so we'll carry on sauntering back towards the car. So we've only about half a mile to go now, and we're almost back on the outward route where I said where that signpost was going to the Osprey Viewpoint, so we're nearly back there. So I'm going to sign off. Been brilliant, loved it. I'm glad we waited. Like I say, I can't remember last time we did an afternoon walk, but yeah, we set off after lunch and the weather cleared up, and it's been great. It's been lovely just strolling through these trees. It's been a bit tedious on this track, but I mean that's one thing about that way up. I mean it's steep in a couple of places, and it's vague in just one place really. Between the two steep bits, it's a bit vague, but it's an alternative route rather than being on these tracks and the well-worn tourist routes all the way. So yeah, if you fancy something different, it's a bit overgrown. You've got to get through the trees. I mean, it's not that bad, but there's some branches are overhanging the path and bits like that. So, but yeah, it's a different route rather than sticking to the main tracks and paths. So yeah, it's good. Right, enjoyed it. It's been a brilliant day. Yeah, loved it. Right, so yeah, hope you have as well. If you have, we'll hopefully see you on another one soon. Ta-ra!